gotta swim, swim for your life.
My name is Jennifer, and this is my faith story. So before that, God was actually a huge part of my life. I was partying every weekend and all weekend, and I would go through any extent just to try to find a party and to get to that party. I didn't care about anything. All I tried to do, I wanted to get something that I shouldn't have had, like drugs or alcohol, and I would just try to get money for those, dig up change, and I'd have to lie to my mom all the time about what I was doing or who I was with, because I wasn't hanging out with any of the good kids at all. I was one of the bad kids. Like, you wouldn't have wanted any of your kids to hang out with me. But now I'm a pretty good kid, and like before I would lie to my mom all the time about where I was staying, and I was hardly home, and I was just doing all the wrong things, and people could see that I was doing all the wrong things. Like my grades reflected that, my actions reflected that, and my friends reflected that too. Just how I didn't care and they didn't care, and we wanted the bad things, and we did anything to get those. I guess my faith became real when my friends changed, because once I started going through the cleaning up phase, that's what I meant to say, the cleaning up phase, I lost all my friends who I thought were my friends, but I discovered that we only spent so much time together because we had that mutual partying interest. But once I got like different friends or some old friends that I had, like post-party Jennifer, that's when I was able to like start to change. And then I got more involved with church and realized that doing all the things that I used to do like were just so pointless and didn't have any meaning besides dragging me down and dragging other people down. And now that with my new friends and like going to church, like I started going to church and I didn't stop. I live at church now, and I started living at church a few years ago, and it's one of the best decisions I've ever made. And before I became like a true Christian, everyone called me Jenny, and then that's how I wanted to die to my old self officially, and I started going by Jennifer. Well, Jenny didn't understand any of her potential. Like, she thought she was completely worthless, and just nothing had any value or mattered or anything, and she's just angry to everyone, even her friends that she would be mean to. But now with Jennifer, she has like the light of Christ in her, and she's able to, well, now it's weird, I'm talking about myself in the third person. I'm able to like help out my friends and like understand what true friendship is, because if I wouldn't have had my true relationship with Christ, I wouldn't be able to have a true relationship with anybody. My relationship with Jesus is everything. If I didn't have like Jesus in my life, I wouldn't know anything and I wouldn't be anything. So I make Jesus number one in my life, and everything else falls after that. And that's the most important thing that I've ever done. And Jesus has helped me define who I truly am, and it's in the best way possible, which is through him. I used to be like angry all the time, and I'm still angry a lot, but I'm significantly less angry, and I actually have like the joy of Christ in my life. And if you haven't experienced the joy of Christ, then like it's just something totally different, and it really is life-changing, and it really did change my life. Well, God has placed some amazing people in my life and given me many opportunities, even though I don't deserve any of them. And currently, I am going to go to South Carolina for 8+ weeks as an intern missionary, which is what I'm really interested in doing and potentially my calling.
Yeah, you gotta swim, don't let yourself sink. Just find the horizon, I promise you it's not as far as you think. And the currents will drag us away from our love. Just keep your head above. Just keep your head above, swim. Keep your head above swim.
Jesus became my life, and everything just changed.